What's going on, everybody? Noobs here. Welcome back. Doing something a little different today, a little high effort. With the Switch coming out, I thought, you know what, this is an opportunity to look back at some of the franchises that Nintendo will be bringing to the Switch. Starting with today, a retrospective of one of my favorite Nintendo franchises, Mario Kart. Starting with, of course, the all-time classic, one of my personal favorite games, Super Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo, originally released September 1st, 1992. One thing that I find so interesting about the original game is that, of course, it invented so many things that now we just sort of take for granted in Mario Kart games. Like, why do mushrooms give you a boost? I don't know. That doesn't make sense based on what they do in normal Mario games. Then there's the difference between red shells and green shells. Why does one lock on? Why red? It's all these things had to be sort of invented, and this is where they started. Including, of course, concluding with the big Rainbow Road finale track. That was something this game invented. So this game included 20 tracks, which is actually more than a lot of future Mario Kart games, plus 4 battle courses. Courses were generally based on Super Mario World settings like ghost houses. I always felt the courses in this game felt sort of inorganic, like they're just sort of made out of rows of blocks that kind of keep you on track, whereas future Mario Kart games the courses felt more sort of natural. You're just driving around natural environments. The modes are pretty much what you'd expect. Grand Prix, match races for 2 people. Battle mode, of course, was a big innovation in this game. And, of course, time trial. Characters in this one, Mario, Luigi, Princess as they called her in this one, Yoshi, Bowser, Donkey Kong Jr., that's right, not Donkey Kong, but Donkey Kong Jr., Koopa Troopa, and my personal hero, Toad. Next up, we have Mario Kart 64 for the N64. This came out February 10th, 1997 in North America. And this was a lot of players' introduction to 4-player multiplayer back on the N64 as one of those early 4-player games. So the modes available, very similar to what was available in Super Mario Kart, including, Grand Prix, Time Trial, Versus, and Battle Mode. But now you could do Versus and Battle Mode with up to 4 people. The tracks, like I said, felt a lot more natural, felt like you're just driving around pre-existing environments. 16 courses in this one across 4 cups. So the other one, each cup had 5 tracks. This one has 4. And then 4 battle mode courses, including the world-famous block fort. So the characters in this one are Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad, Yoshi, Bowser, and 2 newcomers, Wario and Donkey Kong, replacing Koopa Troopa and DK Jr. Yes, that's right, it's technically a different Donkey Kong. I believe in the official lore he would be Donkey Kong III, being Donkey Kong Jr.'s son. I don't know about that. I should do a Donkey Kong family tree video sometime to figure all of that out. And then the items, this actually added quite a bit to the items. This is the first game where you could get like multiples of an item, like you get the 3 shells together. This added the fake item box, which is a mainstay, the super mushroom or the golden mushroom, and this also added the infamous blue shell, although in this game it was ground based, so much less annoying than it ultimately became. And then in terms of the controls, you could drag items behind you in this game, which you couldn't in the original, but you're still sort of hopping to do your sharp turns. The sort of power sliding stuff would become a lot more refined in later games. Next up, we have Mario Kart Super Circuit on the GBA. This was released August 27th, 2001. Very different graphical look again from the others, of course. The original Mario Kart, of course, was all sprites, but it used the power of Mode 7 to make you look like you're driving around the track. And the N64 used actual polygonal graphics, except for the characters, which were pre-rendered sprites. And then Super Circuit was kind of a combination of those. Everything has kind of a pre-rendered look to it. This game I'm not the biggest fan of. Just the controls never felt quite right to me. So the big contribution this game made to sort of the way Mario Kart games are made is that in addition to its own 20 original tracks, we're back up to 20, it also brought back all 20 Super Nintendo tracks. It also had 4 battle mode courses. But that means you effectively are getting 40 courses in this game, which is a high point for Mario Kart, and actually not something that would be topped in the franchise for a long, long time. So the characters remain unchanged from Mario Kart 64, and the items are very similar as well. Next we had Mario Kart Double Dash for the GameCube. This was released November 17th, 2003 in North America. Now, this game brought with it all kinds of changes and experiments. What did this game add? Of course, this was the game that really introduced power sliding, the blue sparks with the L and R buttons. You got, of course, the whole title of the game, 2 characters per kart. This one had LAN play for up to 16 players in 8 vehicles. You got mirror mode for your Grand Prix, and this added selectable karts as well. Kind of the number of tracks is really the low point for this game. It's just the 16 again, plus 6 battle mode courses. Tons of characters in this one because, of course, you're doing 2 players per kart, but you're still getting the 8 karts on a track, so you gotta have enough selectable characters to make that happen. They sort of did these characters in pairs. So you had Mario and Luigi, Peach and Daisy, Yoshi and Birdo, Baby Mario and Baby Luigi. This is the debut of the babies for these games. Koopa Troopa and Paratroopa, Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, Bowser and Bowser Jr., Wario and Waluigi, Toad, and yes, that's right, the whole Mario universe debut of Toadette. And then you also had Petey Piranha with King Boo. So this is the first game where Toad's greatness could ever even be, matched with Toadette. So this is also the game where we saw the blue shell really come into its own terrible self. This is where instead of going along the ground, they made it fly just straight for first place and just nuke that first place player. And then you also had character special items for each pairing. So for example, the babies had the Chain Chomp, or Diddy and Donkey Kong had the giant banana. Next up, we have arguably the best Mario Kart game, Mario Kart DS, released November 14th, 2005. This was the first Mario Kart game with online play using Nintendo's Wi-Fi connection, which is no longer available. But what really stands out to me for this game is just the sheer amount of content. This is where they kind of really nailed down the concept of the 16 new courses plus 16 remade courses. And instead of just taking them all from one game like Super Circuit did, they're a collection from all past Mario Kart games. So this, you get 32 tracks. We're getting closer to that 40 number. You also had 6 battle mode courses. But what I really loved in this game was something we haven't seen since. It's called Mission Mode. This gave you all kinds of different little challenges you could do. Some involved racing, some involved collecting coins or doing certain things with items. There were even boss battles. There were incredible 63 missions in this game. It just gave you so much to do. So this game for characters had the standard 8 that we've seen in the other games. Plus you had Daisy, Waluigi, and the newcomers Dry Bones and Rob, which is a pretty strange inclusion. Then also, if you did the download play, the other player had to play as Shy Guy. They didn't have a choice, and Shy Guy wasn't available to play with otherwise. Items were pretty standard. They added the blooper and the bullet bill in this game. Next up, we have Mario Kart Wii. That's right, on the Wii. It was released April 27th, 2008. Now, this game continued with the online play, similar to DS, still with Wi-Fi Connect. This time, for the first time in the series, instead of 8 racers on a track, you actually had 12. This game, of course, introduced bikes in addition to karts. You also had the motion controls, which were thankfully optional, and of course this game added tricks, which you do a little extra jump, and you get a little speed boost. That I always enjoyed those. This game continued with the 16 new tracks and 16 retro tracks. This one also had 10 battle stages. Characters, this one had a huge roster as well, 24 racers. This one added Baby Peach and Baby Daisy. The babies are getting out of control at this point. It also had Rosalina, awesome choice, awesome inclusion there. Funky Kong, baffling choice, but I enjoy that one. And Dry Bowser. And this one also let you play with Miis. This game again allowed for selectable karts as well as bikes. For items, this one added the Mega Mushroom, Thundercloud, and Pow Block. So this game did something really interesting with staff ghosts. With this one, you could actually, beating them helped you unlock characters and vehicles, which kind of made the whole thing worthwhile. Definitely got a lot of use out of the staff ghost stuff in this game, which was a good thing because frankly I'm just not a huge fan of the just normal GP in this. I don't know, there's something about the items in this one, the balance. It was just, everything was a little too annoying. There were just too many blue shells or something. Next up, we have Mario Kart 7. This is where they gave up with the crazy names and just started numbering them. This was for 3DS, and it came out December 4th, 2011. This game marked the first return of coins all the way back in Super Circuit. I mean, they had been in the original Super Mario Kart Super Circuit. Nothing since until 7. Of course, coins, you pick them up along the track. They help you go just slightly faster. Mario Kart 7 did something in addition to that, where the more coins you collect helps you unlock characters and vehicles as well. This game also kind of brought us into the modern era of online for this. This did away with the Wi-Fi Connect stuff. You could also exchange ghosts with this game, which was really cool, in addition to racing staff ghosts. This also marked the introduction of transforming vehicles. You do a jump into the air, suddenly you have a hang glider that pops out. You go underwater, suddenly you've got propellers. And with that, this game also introduced the idea of sort of combining parts. Not only were you picking a kart, you would pick your tires and your gliders, and they all had slightly different stats. This game continued with the 16 new tracks, 16 retro tracks. It also had 6 battle stages. Something that I enjoyed about a few of the tracks in this game was that rather than just doing a few laps, they would just be one long shot, and you would just have a couple checkpoints in there. For characters, this game added Metal Mario, Shy Guy, sort of. Obviously, he was sort of a character before. Honey Queen, Wiggler, and Lakitu. Lakitu finally took his place in this game. I personally hate Metal Mario. This should be an item. Why isn't there like a metal power-up item? Metal Mario's not his own character. This game also added for items the Fire Flower, super logical, how was that not a thing before? Super Leaf, and the Lucky 7. Yes, this was just the total chaos item where you get 7 other items you can just fire off. That's good fun. Next up, and finally, we have Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U. Releasing May 30th, 2014. This game felt a lot like an iterative improvement over 7. It didn't add a ton, but what it did was really good. This game also introduced, of course, DLC to the franchise. Also, karts, in addition to all the other transforming stuff, now also had the anti-grav mode where you could sort of coast around. So here we have 16 new tracks, 16 retro tracks, and 16 DLC tracks, which when you put it all together, finally puts us over that 40 track high water mark set all the way back in Super Circuit. The DLC tracks, this is where they really went crazy and sort of made this more of a Nintendo kart than a Mario Kart. Suddenly you had tracks based on Excite Bike, F-Zero, Zelda, Animal Crossing. But the downside of all of this was that there were no proper battle mode courses. There was a battle mode, but you would just get your choice of 8 smaller modified versions of regular tracks. It was really awful. Characters in this one, some questionable choices here. You had Metal Mario again, Baby Rosalina this time. Why are there all these babies? Pink Gold Peach to go along with Metal Mario. And one thing I did like, all the Koopa kids are in this game. That's pretty cool. Those are fun characters. The DLC added Tanuki Mario, Cat Peach, and then Link from Legend of Zelda, the Animal Crossing Villager, and Isabelle, and Dry Bowser. They also added color options for Yoshi and Shy Guy. There was also free DLC. Nintendo found all kinds of ways to make money off this game. There's free DLC for Mercedes-Benz cars in this. Free DLC also added 200cc. Of course, in all the past Mario Kart games, you had your 50, 100, and 150 class races. Each were a little faster and a little harder. Well, this added 200, which was kind of too fast. It was crazy, but that's kind of the fun of it. Another way Nintendo made money in this game, you had Mii outfits that were unlockable via Amiibo. You tap your Amiibo. Now you can dress your Mii up as Peach or whoever. For items, this game introduced the Boomerang, Piranha Plant, Crazy 8, that's sort of a follow-up to the Lucky 7, And then probably my favorite addition is the Super Horn. Finally, this was an item that could conquer the nefarious blue shell. You hang on to one of these if you're in first place and you wait for that blue shell. You blow the horn, blows up the blue shell, and you're fine. So I really enjoyed the balance in this game. Like I said, there was just something that felt wrong with Mario Kart Wii, for example, and this game really honed it in. It really fixed it. It's hard to really measure that, but it just feels so much better and just less annoying to race in this game. So this game had one of the best implementations of the Staff Ghost. This one, when you beat the Staff Ghost, it unlocks stamps. It's sort of the Wii U's version of achievements. You can use the stamps in Miiverse, but just the fact you're having something to unlock is really all the motivation I needed. And that concludes my Mario Kart retrospective. Yes, I am aware there are 3 arcade Mario Kart games as well, one of which I finally had the opportunity to touch and play a little bit recently. Those are made by Namco. I'm kind of ignoring those. My official ranking for this franchise, going from worst to first, I would say probably Super Circuit, then Wii, then 64, Double Dash, 7, 8, and then the best game DS, and then my personal favorite, Super Mario Kart at number 1. Of course, all of this brings us to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, releasing on April 28th, 2017 for the Switch. Let me know if you're looking forward to that one. Of course, that includes a good version of Battle Mode, so very excited about that. Just wanted to thank everybody for all the great comments I've been getting on my recent videos. There's been a ton of really interesting conversation going on. If there's anything else that you want to see me talk about, a certain kind of video you want to see me do, questions, or something you want to see me respond to, let me know, and thanks for watching.